Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, you say you want to have a conversation about taxation in Australia, and that is your right. So let's talk about modelling by Ausveg and reported in the Weekly Times, which shows a GST on fresh food would lead to a 5% reduction in vegetable production. So, PM, when will you front up to a conversation with Australia's producers and growers about your plan to hit fresh food with a 15% GST?
The Prime Minister has the call. The Treasurer. The member for Barker will cease interjecting. The Treasurer has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the Prime Minister for the opportunity to respond. They just don't get it, Mr Speaker. This is the problem. They continue to come to the dispatch box and raise proposals that haven't been put forward by the government. Maybe they're referring to the scenario 3 that was modelled by the former Treasurer and now the member for McMahon. Maybe they're referring to scenario 3 that the Labor Party modelled when they were in government for increasing the GST and broadening space. Maybe that's what they're referring to, Mr Speaker. But the difference between those on this side of the House and that side of the House when it comes to having a discussion about tax is this. On this side of the House, we know that you change the tax system to support growth and jobs in the economy. That's why we did it. That's why we did it back in 2000 under Prime Minister Howard and Treasurer Costello. It was done to promote growth and to promote jobs, and that's what it did. That's what it did. But from those opposite, when they talk about tax, we found out this week from the Leader of the Opposition, we know what their objective is. He said, in terms of tax reform, we are proposing a way of finding revenue. For those on that side, the tax debate is all about how they can jack up taxes to raise revenue, Mr Speaker. And that's why they want to bring back the carbon tax. That's why they want to do that, because they want to raise revenue that would cost jobs, Mr Speaker. That's why they want to bring back the mining tax, because they want to raise revenue, Mr Speaker, without providing the compensation, without providing tax cuts, without doing any of that. They just want to jack up taxes to raise revenue, because on that side of the House, they think the way to balance a budget is to raise taxes. Well, not on this side of the House, Mr Speaker. On this side of the House, we balance the budget by controlling expenditure and ensuring we have growth. But now we have their latest proposal, Mr Speaker, the Ciggies tax.
Member for Hawthorn.
The party that brought us the tax that raised no revenue and the mining tax is now the party who thinks they can deal with those issues by putting a tax on a shrinking base. And not only that, while they come here, Mr Speaker, and complain about the welfare impacts—
The member for Watson on a point of order.
On direct relevance,
there's no point of order. The member for Watson will resume his seat. The Treasurer is in order. He's still on the topic of tax.
Mr Speaker.
Treasurer has the call.
Thank you. Now, they express concerns for the vulnerable. Now, on the Ciggies tax, I go to none other than the member for Ballarat. When asked if the tobacco test would hit low-income earners, this is what she said. She said, what we're trying to do with this measure is actually look at— we know that it will hurt people on low incomes.